Hey everybody, how are you? Hey Pete.
Awesome. We have Mr. Whitney in the house.
Welcome,
You got
John.
Val,
Welcome,
Good to
John.
see you,
Lori.
Sean.
Wow. Ivy's on. Hi Ivy.
How are you doing, Sean?
So good. How are you doing? How's New York?
I know it's cold here.
I heard it's snowing like crazy.
Not right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it is like a blizzard right here in Utah now. Our first real
Wow.
big one.
Wow.
I've
Wow.
Coach
got my
Heron's
woolly
on.
on.
What's that, Pete?
He
I've got
said
my
has
woolly
heated up.
on.
Yeah, I need one. It's cold in my office here. So
Wow.
welcome
Y'all
everybody.
keep inviting, keep inviting. I'm telling you.
What a pleasant surprise, Dr. Tamia.
Thank God for him, I tell you, because he probably would have had a 2-minute training.
Hi, everyone.
Hello.
I'm
Tracy.
very excited.
Hello, everybody. Greeting from London.
Linda.
How is London right now? Is it cold? Is it hot? Is it
It's cold.
It's cold
Cold?
and it's damp.
damp and cold? Well, that sounds like London most of the time. So.
Exactly.
Hi, Mr. Whitney.
Welcome. Hey, Steve, how are you?
Hi, Mr. Whitney.
Oh, hi, Alice. How are you? Good
I
to see
am
you.
wonderful. How are you?
Good. Where are you at, Alice?
In the Bahamas, in the sunny
Oh.
Bahamas.
He's
Yeah,
showing
Well,
off.
don't
Showing off.
say that to the people in London. They're cold and damp.
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Bahamas is so nice.
Yes,
All the time. The sunny Bahamas. And it's like, so.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Awesome.
Good to see you.
All right, so we're going to get started here. Oh, it's 3:00. All right, it's showtime.
Surprise, I'm in Jamaica.
Hey, Jamaica. Oh, I'm jealous.
Just came from the beach.
Oh, come
Happy
on,
Sunday.
man. Don't rub it in so much. We're in
I
bad
just
weather
came from
here.
the beach.
Wrong for
Good to see you. Good to see you.
You too.
Come back to the UK. The weather's great. You don't
I'm
need
not
to
coming
be in
back.
Jamaica.
I'm not coming back.
Yeah,
I've
it's
just got my
3C
energy.
up in the north here. 3C up here. It's balmy.
3C. Oh my gosh. That's I think I'd rather be in Jamaica. So
I don't blame you.
I think it's like 15 degrees Fahrenheit here. It's cold.
Wow. All right. So, are we recording? Yes, we are. All right. So, I'm going to just take a moment and introduce one of my favorite people. And I'm not just saying that because it sounds good. I'm saying it because it's the truth. You've been in this industry for 32 years, full time. You get to know people, really. You get to know the human being. And it was a conversation that took place back in late of early 2022, but for me, it was late because I've been looking for this for a long time. And I thought to myself that it would never exist. But when I sat at the table with Mr. Shon Whitney, along with Mr. Kelly Olson, and I felt their energy, like some of you have, because you had the opportunity to meet with him 15 minutes, so you know what I'm talking about. And I got a chance to ask questions, and I got all my questions answered. Why am I saying this? Saying it because everything that I asked, every question that I asked, it all came to pass. Meaning that what they said they would do, they did. And they were completely transparent. When they said they couldn't do something, they meant it. But when they said they could, they meant it too. So in other words, you, just like I did, can trust the words. And so you've seen Mr. Shon Whitney on every presentation that I've done because he's the one that's doing the compensation plan.
Yeah.
But what I love about this man is that not only is he a family man, he's a husband, he's a father, a grandfather, you know the spiel, right? But here's the thing. He understands us, meaning he's been on both ends of the spectrum. He's been a distributor before, and he's been an owner before. And this time, I really believe, like many of you do here today, you know for a fact, not only because it feels good in your gut, but because the products work and the compensation plan works just the same. And so although this is basic training, we are blessed today to have in front of us the president. I'm telling you, the president, and not Donald J. Trump, president of Lovebiome. Lovebiome. He is here with us today to share with us the compensation plan. He moved some things around, so we got to be done at least by 3:45, and I believe we can get that done. And so let me step out of the way of greatness and bring to the forefront my friend, the president of the company that I'm so proud to be a part of, the one and only, Mr. Shon Whitney. Y'all, I'm gonna let you unmute yourselves for a minute so y'all can make some noise. I know you want to make some noise. Go ahead and make some noise. Hey!
Hello,
Shon
hello.
Whitney.
Yes,
Awesome, awesome.
Yay! Welcome, welcome.
Start to top,
Awesome.
guys.
Yes.
Thank you.
Awesome, awesomeness.
Take time out of your busy schedule to be with us today.
One second, let me unmute you, Sean. Let me unmute you. Yeah, because I muted the line so you can get started. Now, oh, there you go. Okay, I got to give you a co-host too again. So let me unmute you and let me give you co-host again. You should be able to speak to us now. Are they?
Oh, no.
There you
Yeah,
go.
there we go. Okay, good. Well, thank you so much for letting me be on this call. It's such an honor to be with you guys. And I have to say this honestly, I think this is the best looking call I've ever been on. I mean, really. I mean, at least for the 4 people that have undone their camera and I can see, you guys are just amazing. So, okay, well, Tamia asked me specifically to, oh, thank you, to cover our compensation plan. So let me share my screen with you real quick, and we can do a little comp plan training, which is always fun. All right, let me see if I get this right. Okay, let me try that. Can you see that okay?
Yes.
Okay. All right, good. So I want to walk through my goal and our goal when we created the comp plan for Lovebiome was specifically to make it very, very easy to understand and very easy to explain to people, because we want people to understand. A lot of companies, you have to understand, when they create comp plans, intentionally make them very complicated and difficult so that people never really know how they're going to get paid, because most companies want a certain percentage to break away back to the company. We did not do that. We wanted this to be very transparent, and we want to make sure that every commissionable dollar is paid back to distributors, as you know, depending on who qualifies for it, but every dollar goes back. So, all right. So let me show you the next one here. Did that work? Oh, there we go. Okay. So I'm going to try and explain it in a very, very simple way and give you a tiny bit of logic behind each one of these key parts of the compensation plan. So when you look at the Lovebiome compensation plan, you really have to look that there are 5 key areas. What we like to call the 5-finger approach to making money with Lovebiome. And we did this very deliberately. So the first one is weekly activity. And if you've been on our weekly 20, we always recognize people on the weekly 20 that have been doing really, really well with weekly income. And I have to tell you a secret. A lot of people worldwide actually make most of their living on the weekly income, which I think is great because it's fast money and it's hitting your account every single Friday. So weekly activity. So the first 2 levels of our plan, 1 and 2, and I'll show you the plan in a minute and go over it in more detail, are paid weekly. So every Friday we pay you from the week previously. Okay. That's because we want you to earn money fast. And we maximize customer acquisition with the building block bonus up to 40% on the first 2 levels. And I've never seen a plan like this. I got to tell you a funny story. And I know a gentleman that was one of the founders of doTERRA and back in the day. And I remember when they started. And he mentioned to me, and he said, I may or may not have borrowed some of the aspects of the Tahisha Noni plan that you guys had. And the one specific thing that he loved was the fast start bonus. And the interesting thing that we did with this plan is we kind of made the fast start bonus permanent. In the old plan, it used to be 20% on level 1 for 60 days. And then level 1 dropped to 1%. And that was a real problem later on in the company's history because people didn't like it dropping from 20% on level 1 to 1% on level 1. And the reason is that most people that join a direct sales company never sponsor more than 2 people. And very few ever get below their second level. So there's obviously the powerhouses that are on this call, that's not an issue. But for the average person, getting beyond your level 2 is somewhat difficult. And so they liked the fast start bonus. So what we did when we created the Lovebiome plan is we wanted to make that level 1 and level 2 weekly payout permanent and enhance it. So if you're someone, the world is changing very quickly. And a lot of people do things online now. And there are a lot of affiliate programs out there. So if you look at your big influencers, they use what they call affiliate marketing. Okay. And so affiliate marketers typically earn between 15 and 20% on the things that people buy through their website. Okay. So you'll see a big influencer, maybe they have 20 million followers, and they'll hawk products on their influencer site, and they'll say, go to this link and buy whatever, whatever shampoo or whatever they're hawking. When you do that, that influencer gets anywhere from 15 to 20%. But a little known thing is they typically only get that for about 30 days, and then it gets shut down. I mean, it's part of their deal, and then they move on to the next product. And so when you look at ours, we designed that first level, those first 2 levels, to be very affiliate friendly. So if you're someone that just wants to sell product, you love the product, you want to talk about it, you want to put it online, you want to do all this stuff, the weekly activity part of our plan is built for you, built for customers. And you can maximize it up to 40%. So 20% on level 1 and 20% on level 2. It is so powerful. And there's a few people in the world that have really tapped into this, and they make a lot of money on their weekly income because they're maxing out levels 1 and level 2 at 40%. So very, very smart. So, but then we said, hey, we know that there's people that like to just retail product. That's great. We've got something for you. If you're an influencer, we have something for you. This is something you can do. You do not have to build a network. Okay, so that's why we designed the first part. Now, the second is the unilevel payout, and it pays out through 8 levels with our focus on level 6 volume. Now, why level 6? A lot of people ask us that, and we say, the reason level 6 is that if somebody does begin to sponsor or does a certain amount of work, we found over time the biggest part of your organization is typically level 6. And then, some people that are really, really good, they may go down 12, 13, 14, 20 levels. But we find the majority, so let's talk 80% are going to have their biggest bulge of people buying product around level 6. And so we wanted to maximize level 6 for people so they make as much money as possible. So now this is where you get into, yes, I want to build a business. So how do I maximize the plan? Maximize the plan. One strategy note is don't really place people below your 3rd level, because quickly we call it shifting sands. Okay. So when you place people in your organization, below you too far down, you'll notice over time that people keep sponsoring. So it begins to shift your organizational volume below level 6. And so then you begin to be doing a lot of work for people that are not really paying you much. And so you want to focus your sponsorship on level 1 and 2. Understand that the shifting sands will eventually get down to level 6 and really pay out for you. So if you're used to a plan where you come in and you place somebody down on level 4, and I got to help that guy over there and I place him under level 5, or just understand you're quickly placing volume away from you, and it's not really a great strategy. So okay, so number 3, so that's 1 and 2, weekly activity, unilevel payout through 8 levels. Number 3 is title bonuses. We call them achievement bonuses, but they're title bonuses. So when you achieve a title, you get a bonus for doing that, okay? And so the idea behind that is a one-time bonus, and the idea is to incentivize you to race for that next level, because a couple things happen when you get to that next level. You get the achievement bonus, and you unlock more of the plan. Every time you unlock a title, you unlock more of the compensation plan, higher percentages, bonuses, and things like that. So that's why we did the title bonuses. And the great thing about our plan is if you go all the way through the achievement bonuses to elite, by the end, by hitting all of those milestones, you'll have picked up another $22,500 in additional bonuses that are, I don't know if you know this, but these are outside the marketing plan. Okay. So we add those on top of the marketing plan. And so those achievement bonuses are important and can equal a lot of income, extra income that will hopefully help you push forward. So that's the title, the achievement bonuses. And then we have global bonus pools. And people say, why do you need global bonus pools? The key with global bonus pools is we want you to be excited about and share in the expansion and the success of the entire world. So what's going on in the UK matters to the people in Japan, and what's going on in Japan matters to the people in the UK because they're part of a global bonus pool. So you're getting paid for not doing anything on those. You didn't have to go to Japan and invest your time and money to get paid on Japanese volume. You just have to build in the UK, for example, and you're going to share in some of that wealth. And so global bonus pools can become, over time, the biggest part of your check. That's why they're very important. Okay, so 2 parts of that. One is dynamic compression pool. Now, people say, what is the dynamic compression pool? Kelly Olson actually invented dynamic compression in 1996 with Tahitian Noni. Nobody else was doing this at the time. And the idea behind dynamic compression, remember I talked about we want to pay out every single dollar back to the reps, right? You guys are working hard. We want all the money to go back to you. And so what dynamic compression does is it ensures that there's no breakaway. Back in the 90s, if anybody remembers, there were a lot of what they called stair-step breakaways. And that breakaway means that if somebody does not hit a title for that percentage, we take that percentage and it breaks away to the company. But with dynamic compression, that does not happen. Okay. So we take anything that can't be paid out, meaning the person's not at that title to receive that payment, and we put it in a pool. And that pool is shared by the leaders, the stars, and the elites, okay? And as you go up in title, you get a bigger and bigger piece of that pool. And so that just ensures that every dime that we say is going to get paid out gets paid out. And then the infinity bonus pool is very simple. That is basically we take 3% of global volume and we put it in a pool, and it is shared with the stars and the elites. So as you build your business up to that level, you get piece of the global revenue. So pretty cool. And then the last part is amazing rewards and incentives. We've been to Dubai, the Greek islands. We're going on an Alaskan cruise coming up May 31st. Got to qualify, you guys. Got to make that one. Okay. Trips to the home office, all of that stuff. are rewards and incentives to our leaders to help them build the business and incentivize people to push forward to those titles. The thing that is amazing about, maybe to our detriment, the thing that is amazing about these rewards and incentives is they are on top of the marketing plan. We do not put these inside the marketing plan. And most people don't understand that. You go to almost any company, and if you look at the fine print, look at the bottom, if they report, especially if they're public, you can get this. It'll say, you know, we pay X amount out, and then it says including trips and incentives. And so what they will do, and this is why it's important you understand this, is they will say, let's say we're going to go to the Greek islands, and that trip is going to cost, I don't know, $200,000 to take the people to the Greek islands. What they're going to do is take that $200,000 out of the commissions first, and then they're going to pay out the rest to what's ever left over to the distributors. We don't do that. We say 55%, but the reality is you could maximize it up to almost 62% of our plan goes back to distributors. And then on top of that, we do achievement bonuses. And then on top of that, we do rewards and incentives like trips and fun things like that. So this very different than what others, maybe we're stupid. Maybe we should do that so we don't go out of business. But we felt like it's important to make sure that you guys earn every single dollar that you're supposed to earn. And so we can honestly say for the same time and the same effort in building your business, you're going to make more with us than any other opportunity in the world. And I could prove that. You can bring me any comp plan and I'll show you how it happens. And so it's a pretty awesome plan. And we did this on purpose. We wanted to have the absolute best opportunity in the world. We wanted you to see our opportunity and say, wow, that's where I want to spend my time and my effort and pay you back. Okay, so a couple other key things. Online affiliate business. We have a one-time $25 sign-up fee. This is not an annual fee. A lot of companies charge you every single year to be an affiliate or a distributor. Personal website is free. A lot of companies charge you a monthly fee for a website, personalized website. Tools, materials, microsites, all the things that we offer is all free. A lot of companies actually, when we set this up, asked us, well, do you want to charge your distributors? And we said, no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to nickel and dime our people. We want to make sure that you guys are earning maximum amount of money and you're not being nickel and dime on fees. And then ongoing training and communications, that's all free. So it's pretty cool from that perspective. And then here, obviously, is the plan. And you look at, we really divided it into three levels. So you want to kind of look at this. Love Cash. This is for people that want to earn money fast or want to be an affiliate like an online influencer. So that's level 1, level 2, pays every single week, okay? Number 2 is Love Income. That's for people that want to build a business, okay? And this is during your building phase. And then last is Love Best. So this is elite. This is people that want to build wealth, okay? You build wealth with the Love Best part. You replace your salary with Love Income, and you get money quickly by Love Cash. And that's the logic behind these three. And I think I walked through most of these so you can see how it maxes out here. And it's funny because our top plan only requires an OV6 of 72,000. That is, I have people tell me, wow, that's so easy. Like big networkers will come in and look at it and go, really? That's your top plan? We could do that in like 10 minutes. I'm like, good, come on in, let's do it. But here's the key. Once you hit there, you continue to grow your influence, you grow the size of the pools that you get and all of those things. And so it's very, very attainable for people that are consistent in building, okay? And then you can see down here the achievement bonuses. So you get bonuses along the way at each of these levels at 9,600, 14,400, and 19,200. Then you get 2,500 for leader, 5,000 for star, and 10,000 for elite performer. So these are great. So it's like a reward when you hit that title. We go, woohoo! let's give you some more money. So, and so it's an amazing plan. Then there's just some of the jargon that I just wanted to talk through with you. So PV, sometimes we slip and we say CV. It's the same thing. CV is commissionable volume, right? And then OV6, you see on the plan, that's organizational volume through 6 levels. Okay, so 6 levels from you. And then there's legs, and legs are basically just the frontline people. So if I sponsor Tamia and I sponsor Pete and I sponsor Virginia, okay, so I've got 3 legs, okay, and now they're all building at the same time. And people say, why did you want legs? Why wouldn't you go with like a binary? See, binaries allow you to build fast because they just go straight deep. But the problem with binaries is they tend to fall over. And what I mean by fall over is that over time, it collapses on itself and everybody loses. And the other thing with binaries is it really encourages only a few people to make big money, but it looks good. It's good from a marketing perspective. It's not good from long-term income. And that's why we prefer to do unilevel, and we want legs. We want you to build a long-term stable business. So 20 years from now, you're still getting income. You're still getting checks on your business that you built here in 2025. So that's why we do certain legs. Levels are just positions down, DCB is dynamic compression bonus, and DCB OV, which is how you qualify for level 7 and 8, is just the amount of volume outside your strong leg. Okay, that's just what we do for qualification. We do that on the DCB and on the infinity bonus. Your share of the DCB bonus and your share of the infinity bonus is based on your DCB OV. Now, what that means is your non-strong leg volume. So what does that mean? So yeah, typically what happens in an organization is you sponsor someone. Let's say I sponsor Pete, and he just goes crazy. Whoop! He's just a machine. He's a selling machine, and his leg is so big. But I got to have a minimum on my other legs, right? So I can't just rely on Pete. I got to get a couple other people going for stability. And so when we divide out the pools, like the DCB pool or the infinity pool, we throw away your big leg and we say, let's just look at your other legs, your weak legs or your other qualified legs. And people say, well, why would you do that? Pete's doing really well. I should be able to count that. You're counting that for commissions, but as far as distribution of the pools, we didn't want someone to dominate that pool. One thing that we found in our last company was that originally we had 3 people that were direct to the company. And those 3 people over time grew so strong that somebody coming in 5 years later could never catch them. And they could never get a bigger piece of the pools because they dominated with their strong leg. Okay. And so what we said is we want to make it fair for everybody. And so if you come in, work your other legs, get up, you're going to get bigger and bigger pieces of these pools. And so anyway, so it's just to keep one person from dominating the entire pool. So we want to make it fair, and we want to make it fair over time so you get a good piece of those pools. So, okay. Retail profit. Retail profit is just the amount, if you sell at retail, it's the difference between retail and wholesale. That difference we pay to you in your weekly check, okay? And then there's personal rebate. Now people say, what's personal rebate? It's a 10% rebate on the total personal purchases over 300 PV in the commission week. So what this means is when I buy personally, okay, my first 300 PV goes upline. I don't get any of that, okay? And we do that intentionally to protect the upline from people just buying lots of product and them getting all the commissions. So they basically get this giant discount, and then the upline gets nothing. So we got to protect the upline to make sure, because it may not happen in some areas of the world, but other areas of the world happens big, and people just buy and then they resell. And what it also creates is what we call dumping. Some people will come in and they'll buy this huge amount. They get all the commissions themselves, right? So they take that whole 40+% and then they discount it and dump it on the market, or they sell it on eBay, or they do something like that. So this helps to protect from that. So the first 300 goes upline every time. And then after that, you get 10% of the purchases that you make, that you become level 1. Now it's a little complicated for people to imagine, but just imagine a case of Lovebiome costs 300. So that first case, you get nothing on that personally because you're level 0, and then your upline gets all paid on that. Okay. And then outside that, if I buy 600, then the next 300, I get the 10%. So I fall into the front line. So it's important to understand that just from a strategy perspective. You want to make sure that you're, now obviously it's great for you as I sponsor people below me, or as I sponsor customers, I get all of that first level and second level volume. So it's pretty cool. Okay. And then the building block bonus, you can see that here goes all the way up to 20 and 20 at the top level. And there. So that's pretty much it. Let me just show you. So this is DCBOV. This kind of gives you a good idea of how this works. So we take this. So for example, let's say you're at 24,000. Your strong leg is 15,000. And then you've got 2 other legs to qualify. So we throw this guy out and we add that up. So your DCBOV is 9,000. So that's the amount that we're going to use to distribute the DCB pool and the infinity pool. So it encourages you to continue to obviously build more legs and to work with all of your legs. And so not just, get some huge leg and sit back and do nothing. That's doesn't help you. So, and then there's the building block bonus, as we talked about. Now coming up on the 24th, and hope everybody's planning to be on that call. On the 24th, we actually went over some of the final things today and some of the marketing, and it was insane. It's so good. You guys, you're going to love it. You're absolutely going to love it. You're going to love the product. And it's not just a product launch. We're running everything through the comp plan. There's going to be some enhancements and new incentives and new bonuses, and it's going to be so cool. You're going to love it because it's going to make jumping to certain titles much, much easier and faster for you. So you're going to love it. Okay. I can't give you too much, but just make sure you're on the call on the 24th. It's going to be great. Anyway, so that is the plan. It's a very, very simple plan. Let me stop share. And I have a few minutes. If anybody wants to ask questions, I'm happy to answer. Just open mic day if you want to ask any questions about the plan. Anything you've been wondering, or even like a strategy perspective, like how do I maximize the plan? And I can tell you just quickly, a couple of things that I would do is always keep sponsoring on level 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Don't place people deep in your organization. It's a big mistake. And so if you just think about it this way, if everybody in your organization was focused on level 1 and 2, what would that do to your organization? It would be explosive. You'd have a lot of people, and they'd all be pretty close to you, so you're making a lot of money. And so, and that's a big one. Trying to think of other really good. That's probably my best piece of advice, because I see people that come in from other plans, and they come in and they start placing people way down in their organization because they're trying to help people get going. The other thing that I would say is, you're not running a welfare society. If somebody's not working, move on and get somebody that knows how to work, because you're going to waste a lot of time and money trying to make somebody work or trying to make them successful. Sales is all about about elimination. You got to eliminate those that don't want to work, and you got to work with those that want to work. And if you do that, you will be wildly successful. Go for A players. Don't go for people that just want you to do everything for them, and you'll be really successful. So, Okay, Tamia, I'm going to turn it back to you. I have about 10, 15 minutes. If we want to do any anybody has a question about the comp plan, I'm happy to talk about it. So,
Wow, you said a lot. Listen, just the excitement of what's about to happen on the 24th.
yeah. Oh, it's so cool today. It gave me chills. I was watching, we were doing some marketing reviews of some of the videos, some of the support materials, just the products themselves are, I don't even know how to say it. It's just next generation. It's amazing. It's going to blow your minds. It's awesome. Awesome stuff. So,
You want our minds blown, I tell you that. So
let's do it. Let's blow your minds.
Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
Thank you, Mr. Whitney. We have Sai. And remember, Mr. Whitney have to go in 15 minutes. So please make your question short and to the point.
Okay.
Thank you. Sai, go ahead.
Sai.
Yes, sir. Thank you for taking my call. Thank you for
Hey,
being
Sai,
here.
how are you?
I'm
Good.
doing well. I'm doing
Good.
well. Good. Glad to have you on. I just want to ask you real quick. So the personal rebate, right?
Yeah.
So is it every time that a distributor purchase, the first 300 goes to the upline, meaning every month, or is it every purchase? The first purchase of the month goes to the upline, and then the rest, once they get to 300, the rest goes down at that 10% to the distributor themselves? How does that work?
Yeah. It's every week. Every week. So every time in a week that you personally, like under your ID, the first 300 you buy always goes upline. Okay. And then after that, you're getting 10% on personal purchases.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you bet. No
I
problem.
got it.
Thank you. So Alkaline, Pastor John.
Oh, Alkaline, Pastor John's on. He could train this
Dr.
better than me,
Henderson.
dude.
Dr. Henderson.
Oh, Dr. Henderson. Sorry.
Sir, thank you for that presentation.
Yes.
The 2880, the building blocks.
Yes.
So you can only get, so I see it says 2880 plus. So if you made double that, are you still only getting the 28? Are you still only getting the those building blocks? You understand what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. No, you would continue to get more building blocks. So, like for some of the trips and things, we have a qualification. You do it with titles, or you can do it with building blocks. And so a building blocks is 720 within a week, right? So that's one building block. But if I have 2880, I've got what, I don't know, let's do the math, 4 building blocks. So I can keep going and still get more and more and more building blocks in a week. But as far as the payout, it caps out at 20% on level 1 and 20% on level 2. So that's the max that you can get on level 1 and level 2 during a week. So even if you did 10,000 in a week, it would still be 20% and 20%. But you would get credit for the building blocks for sure.
wow, that's a great question. I did not know that. I just learned
That's a detailed question. He's thinking here.
only that. I'm so glad he asked that question. Did you learn something, Ivy?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
10 building blocks. You get
That's
credit
great.
for blocks, but it maxes out at 20% on level 1 and 20% on level 2.
Right.
For now. Maybe on the 24th, it might be something else you can talk about. So.
Listen, Mr. Whitney,
That's in Dr. T.
That was a breadcrumb right there. That was like an Easter egg. Okay.
just a crumb.
Cynthia.
By the way, I've been walking around with this in my pocketbook. I've been walking around.
Oh, I'm glad you haven't opened it, Tamia. People are
I'm obedient. And let me tell you something. I've had all kinds of suggestions. People called me and told me I could put it over hot water and steam it. And I'm like, are y'all serious? Come on to me. I just want to know. I'm like, nope, I will not.
There's a time and a place. It'll be coming
Absolutely.
up. So. All right.
Keep going, Ivy. Keep going.
Cynthia, go ahead. Cynthia, I have to unmute you, so go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Wendy. This is Alex Taylor and Cynthia Taylor from the beautiful Bahamas.
Oh, so jealous. I want to be there right now. So okay.
Come on down. I'm just
I
so
would love
happy.
to. I would love to. That'd be great.
I'm just happy and thankful the way how you broke it down and you actually explained it, and it really is amazing. What this company has done, I've never seen it in any other companies. And thank you for taking the time to explain it to us. And you're welcome to the Bahamas. So we're waiting on you.
Thanks, Cynthia. Yeah, just look for me tomorrow. I might be down there. So just kidding.
Hey, I'll pick you up from the airport.
Okay. Deal.
Awesome. Sharon. Go ahead,
Okay.
Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
Where did Sharon go?
Did we lose Sharon?
Yes, all right. Sharon, she'll come back. Yes, you
Okay,
can,
Val.
Val.
Yeah.
Okay, hi.
Hi,
Good
Val.
evening. Hello, Shon.
So good
Thank
to hear
you.
you.
Yes, thank you. Calling from London, UK, and it's great that you came on to, present and support, the training around understanding the compensation plan because, once we understand it fully, then we'll take advantage of it.
Absolutely. That's the idea. We want you to understand not just how it works, but how to maximize it. So
That's right. And thank you so much for sticking with Mr. Olson and all of you putting this together to give us this opportunity because,
absolutely.
it's our health and our wealth, and you're tapping into the two important things. And we appreciate you guys. Thank you, Dr. Tamir, as well, and all the other leaders. We're blessed. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Val. It's good to hear
Thank
from
you.
you.
Awesome.
Thank
Sharon,
you.
now open your mic. You're welcome. Sharon.
Yes. Hi, how are you?
Oh,
Great.
Sharon's back. Hey, Sharon.
Hi, I'm Sharon from Virginia Beach, a new representative that started with Dr. Henderson. I wanted to ask you a question about, you said when you do the first $300, is that personal volume or is that $300 if you get a new customer also?
No, just personal volume. Just personal
Just
volume.
personal volume.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
like if I buy the volume under my ID, so if my ID is 1111, if I buy it under that, the first 300, that commission for that 300 goes to my upline, goes upline. It gets paid out, as per the plan. But then after that, then you'd get 10% on the products that you buy personally. So, and then the rest
Okay.
goes upline. So, yeah.
So definitely when you're sponsoring, go spread out wide, 1 and 2
Yeah.
levels, not build deep like we did in ACN or prepaid legal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you're
Gotcha.
exactly right. Because a lot of people make that, I've seen several people make that mistake is they come in and it's very tempting because, and I'm not saying you don't support them, but you typically will get a strong leg. You'll get somebody that's really good and they're running. And so you just put all your time and effort into that strong leg and you ignore your weak legs and very quickly that strong leg goes outside of your pay line. And so that's why we want you to kind of focus on level 1 and 2, make sure that you're giving attention to your other lines as well, because that will mean more and more money for you. So the strategy is we want you to build really strong organizations. And that's, so the idea is if you have a third or fourth line and they die off or they quit, your business is not over. You can just keep going and keep replacing because you're still getting income. So
Glad you said something. Getting ready to sign up 5 people. Thank you so much.
Great job, Sharon.
Awesome.
Great job. Great job.
Awesome, Sharon. Thank you so much. All right. So remember, Mr. Whitney has to go. So we're going to make it short. Alice, you have to unmute Alice.
Alice. Hi, Alice.
Hi. Good to see you again.
You too.
Alrighty. Okay. She actually asked part of my question. My question was, would you recommend that the distributor personally do 300 or just spread it out on their first and 7 level? Like, is there any cutoff point to how many persons you can have on that first and second level?
No, there's no restrictions. You could have we have people that literally have hundreds on level 1. And so my recommendation is always put them on level 1. You have 90 days to move them. So if you put them there and then they turn out to be really good, you can adjust them to help, get yourself to titles and stuff like that. So, but yeah, there's no limit to that. And, Yeah, I mean, I think it's good for you to have your own volume every month. The products that you bring in, like the 120, I would always have an auto ship set up to do that because obviously you need to be consuming the products and
Yes.
for your personal use. And then everything else I would put on my level one, either under a customer or under a rep, just so I maximize that 15% on level one, and obviously it goes up to 20%. That way you're maximizing where you're placing the volume. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Good
You're
to know
welcome.
that.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
All right.
Chelsea.
It's funny to say my camera's still not working. It's good to see.
No, Chelsea South. How are you?
Chelsea, that's fine.
I'm okay. I just wanted to say you delivered that so smooth, so swiftly.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, and I really do appreciate it. I'm also asking Dr. Tamir, I'd like the recording if possible. And it's so true what you said, because this other company that I worked with, I looked and I saw some charges there today, some which you did mention that we don't have. So just to top that, it's fantastic. And
Yeah,
you guys keep up the good work, and we'll keep up the good work. Thank you. I think we're highly favored.
Thank you, Chelsea. Yeah, you bring up a good point because a lot of companies they'll charge you a check fee, they'll charge you an internet fee, they'll charge you a tools fee. They make a lot of money on these little fees. And then the other place they make money that we don't, again, probably to our detriment, is on shipping. We never make money on shipping. We've made a vow that we will only charge you what we are charged to get it there. And so we don't make that a profit center, but a lot of companies do. So you have to look out for that too. So, okay. Pete.
Pete.
We're gonna cut it off at Dr. John. Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
Yes,
Hey, Pete.
Yeah.
Right, I've made lots of mistakes according to you with this 90-day business. So can I reverse them?
Yes, you can. Actually, yeah, you can move anybody in 90 days. If it's past 90 days, you can still adjust your organization. You just need to make sure that you get permission from people that are affected by that move.
Yeah.
And so typically it's like, anywhere is up to about 6 levels up. You just, because if somebody's now receiving a check because you place them deep in your organization, we just can't take that check away. We've got to say, do you agree to allow us to move that? And we have a form for that. We'll work with you on it. And we're usually pretty good. As long as everybody agrees, we're happy to make the move. So.
Okay. The other question I've got, Shon, is I've got people waiting in Israel, and you're really slow at opening up Israel.
Israel. I love Israel. I would say just bootleg it in for now, Pete, but I don't know if we're going to be opening Israel anytime in the next little while.
Wouldn't it be nice to all of us visit the Holy Land now? Come on.
That would be fun. We actually got to do that. I did that 2 years ago. We went to the Holy Land. It was awesome. Yeah. It was really cool. But it was before all the trouble started. So
Thanks very much.
Okay, thanks, Pete.
Yeah, thank you, Pete. Coach Aaron.
Coach Aaron.
Hey.
Hey, how are you?
Shon, thank you so much for sharing your wisdom. And of course, and I just wanted to really just share a couple of things on there. I mean, one thing I would ask you is more of a not just a comp plan question. A question would be in relation to, we have various different packages. So besides Daily 3 and the packages that we've got on there, how would you suggest is the best way to maximize on some of the sort of packages that's been built in the obviously when someone new joins and they've got a number of different choices they can do.
Yeah.
Like packages are there, but not many of us actually promoting the packages to maximize on the comp plan.
Yeah.
How would you suggest that we would do that?
Well, you bring up a really, really good point that I would defer that question to the 24th. Come on the 24th, and we will answer that question in big amount. I mean, very clearly for you. So,
John, I see Dr. Tamir take a breath. It's like
she's getting mad at me now. She's like, "Come on, man!" Just kidding.
And one just one thing to add to what I'm just saying here really is, I love the comp plan, and I love the comp plan even from my personal experience. So what I can share with everyone here is, I've been literally out of the scene for about a month and a half for personal reasons. But what I can say is that how the work that I've put in the first 2-3 months or so, and it's actually carried me into the months that I haven't been so active in the business.
That's awesome.
And really shows that actually if we do the work once and do it right, and we actually share the information, share the knowledge, and share the testimonies, compensation plan is there as a foundation bedrock to support us. And so the previous companies I've been involved in where I've gone away from the scene for various different reasons, bereavement, all sorts of things like that, only to come back to find that my whole entire organization had been taken somewhere else.
That's crazy.
And for compensation plans to go ahead and do this kind of things or allow it to happen is like, so I know that it's not just a comp plan, how perfect that you have designed it with, of course, yourselves, but it's also the fact that the people behind it are, shall we say, very sound, and they will not allow certain things to happen, without. So there's a lot of pluses there beyond what you've just obviously amazingly shared with us. But I'm just saying from my personal reasons, and I can say that I absolutely love the comp plan and what we are doing. So thank you.
That's great. Thanks, Coach Aaron. Appreciate it.
All right, Dr. John,
Dr.
your
John.
last plan.
Question. Oh, Bishop John just entered the room. Our last question, Ivy.
Yes, Dr. John, and then we hear from Bishop John.
Yeah, right. Thank you. I need to ask about little profits. How may I create it?
What was that? Say again.
Dr. John.
Yes. I need to know about little profit. Aim from customer. Okay, I need to know how can I calculate that profit in short.
The retail profit? Is that what you're? How do you
All
get
right, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the retail profit is part of the weekly check. So anything you sell at the retail price, meaning online. I mean, if you buy the product on your own, you can charge whatever you want for it as far as pricing. So, that would be an immediate retail profit for you. But if somebody goes on your replicated site and purchases at the retail profit, we scoop that in as part of your weekly income. So you would receive that during that period. So.
Wow. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Awesome. Dr. Tamir, turn it back over to you, ma'am.
All right. And we're already over 5 minutes. And so we're over 5 minutes. But Mr. Whitney, I know you were excited when you thought we were bringing in Alkaline Pastor John. You got even more excited when you heard from Dr. Henderson. And so anyways, Alkaline Pastor John, we didn't want to conclude without you saying hello to Mr. Whitney.
John.
He's laughing now.
Mr. Shon Whitney, how are you? What a
Mr.
surprise.
Health Entrepreneur, Alkaline Pastor John.
Yes, sir. Was a pleasant surprise. It's good to see you today. God
you
bless.
too. I heard your weather up there is terrible though.
Well, it is what it is, but it's not as bad as Utah.
That's true. It's like a blizzard right now. You're
it's not
correct on that one. So.
I'd rather be here than in Utah.
Oh man, I was going to consider that.
But thanks for giving all of us. Well, sometimes you have to speak for yourself. Thanks for giving me this great opportunity.
Well, thank you for being on. It's so good to hear your voice. Yes, we love hearing from you.
Okay. Yes, thank you. And just striving from day to day and just taking it best as I possibly can.
You're an amazing example. Everybody on this call can get on Pastor John's call and learn how he does it. He is a master. I mean, an absolute master. So.
You don't even know if I have a call or not, so you can say.
I'm betting you do. I'm just betting on it. I don't know at times. So.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Thank you, and thanks for the endorsement. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Pastor John. Okay.
All right. Well, anyways, the time has come. We must let Mr. Whitney go. But I just want to say thank you to
hold on to me. Oh. Say hello to Kelly Olson.
Oh, I will.
Cody Day.
I will.
I was in the room that day. David Garcia.
David Garcia.
and
Bob.
Andrew.
And
Those,
Andrew.
yeah, those are the people I met on that same very day.
The only one I won't say hello to is Cody. I'm sorry. I just won't do that. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
We love Cody. I'm teasing him. All right.
Okay, so
Absolutely will. I will for sure.
give my regards. Thank you.
Okay.
And to
Thank you.
Adam also.
Adam
Oh,
too.
Yeah, you come in.
so
So Adam is
Adam
the it
shaved
factor.
his mustache. I don't know if you
Yes.
know. He shaved
Yes,
his big
yes,
mustache.
yes. But Adam is the it factor. Adam keeping up everyone on
Pastor
our
John,
yes.
we can't leave out the man that signed the check, the accountant. We
Oh
can't.
yeah, Kenny. You got to get Kenny in there.
I have no idea who signed the checks. What's his name?
Kenny.
Kenny
Oh,
Knudsen.
I didn't even know.
He's
I
our
thought it was
CFO.
Yes, that's Amber's husband. You can't leave him out.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
right.
I thought it was Charlie's Angel. He never
Oh my God.
So I didn't know. But first time I heard the name of the person who signed,
That is
I
funny.
never know. That's good to know who signed the check.
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Well, thanks, you guys. I got to jump. We got another meeting. So
Dr.
thank you.
Tami, you want to unmute and let everyone say thanks to Mr. Whitney, please?
Yep, give me 1 second. We can all unmute and say thank you to Mr. Whitney. Everybody, you're unmuted now. You
Thank you, thank you. I
Mr.
just
Whitney.
know that Dale
Thank you,
has
Mr.
some
Whitney.
great leaders
Thank
here.
you.
You're the best.
Thank
Rock and roll. I'll see you on the 24th. I'll see you
Thank you
Wednesday.
very much.
Doing
Thank you.
Thank
Whitney.
Thank
Okay, bye.
you.
All right, Mr. Whitney.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Whitney.
Thank you. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
what a treat. What
Thank you, Mr. Whitney. Awesome.